you. Another fire we're tracking tonight is the largest of the three. The 12,000-acre Camp House fire has now destroyed 144 buildings. Well, breaking tonight, the Minnesota DNR is investigating potential suspects. We've learned the group of campers had a fire Sunday but left the area. And when they returned, the fire got out of control. They reported it to authorities and were told that they will likely face charges. Meantime, the firefight continues tonight. The large fire burning north of Brimson, moving to the north and east, shifting from St. Louis County into Lake County. A mixture of homes, cabins, hunting shacks, and outbuildings are among the 144 structures destroyed. Evacuation orders remain in place tonight with 0% containment. Today was another day of rapid spread for the fire because of powerful winds, as Adam just mentioned. Planes dropping down to lakes, grabbing water, and then dropping it onto the flames. Northern News Now's Madison Green spent today tracking the Camp House fire and takes a look at how officials expect it to evolve.
I'm outside the Two Harbors Firehouse, which is the incident command post for the Camp House wildfire in Brimson, which is about 20 miles away. Now, if you take a look over here, this is the map of the wildfire boundaries from 1:30 this morning, but it has likely grown because around 1 p.m., authorities shut down this road, Highway 16, anticipating that the fire would jump it. And they are continually concerned about the spread, but this time they are worried about it spreading northwest, closer to the Jenkins Creek wildfire, which is in this area. Now, again, all of this comes because they are concerned it will continue to spread if these dry, these hot, these windy conditions don't change. In Two Harbors, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
And tonight we're hearing from a man who lost his hunting shack in the Camp House fire. Brian Anderson lives in Two Harbors, but his family has owned 160 acres of land and this hunting shack near Brimson for nearly a century. And now the shack he'd visit almost weekly is gone. He found out when he received a call from his wife while fishing.
Can't really explain it. I mean, I know a couple people that lost some stuff at the Greenwood fire, and you don't really know what they're going through until you go through it, you know. But it's just stuff, you know. As long as nobody gets hurt, I guess it is what it is.
Anderson urges anyone who is in the path of the fire to pack up and go. We're also hearing from a man who lost his family home near Brimson. Eric Radke's 1800s Finnish-style homestead on Salo Lake has been in his family since it was built. Sadly, the fire burned all the buildings on the property to the ground. We caught up with him today while he and his family shopped for basic necessities in Duluth.
We have really nothing right now, so we're starting from scratch, just like we were when we were married 50 years ago. So we can do it again.
Radke obviously seeing there, staying positive and vowing to rebuild.